be there fast.
Can I install a fence on my property line? Hi everyone, DJ Marcussen here, owner of fence company near me. This is a question that comes up on nearly every single residential fence installation we do here in Pinellas. Homeowners want to maximize their space and logically ask, can I put the fence right on the property line? The short answer is yes, you can, but doing so requires a few crucial steps and a commitment to communication to make sure your project goes smoothly and legally. The first and most important step before installing any fence near a boundary is to know exactly where your property line is. I cannot stress this enough. If you install a fence even 6 inches over the line onto your neighbor's property, that fence is considered an encroachment, and they have the legal right to demand you remove it. You need more than just old markings or where you think the line is. The only way to definitively know the boundary is by obtaining a current property survey from a licensed surveyor. This is a necessary expense that prevents far more expensive legal battles and headaches down the road. Once the survey is complete, the corners of your property should be clearly marked, giving us a precise line to work with. The second and equally important consideration when installing a fence right on the property line is neighbor communication and agreement. If the fence is built exactly on the boundary, it technically becomes a common fence or boundary fence. Even though Florida law doesn't automatically require your neighbor to contribute to the cost, if you plan to share the cost of installation or maintenance, you absolutely must have a clear, written agreement. Even if you pay for the entire fence yourself, letting your neighbor know your intentions, showing them the survey, and getting their verbal and ideally written confirmation will prevent disputes. You want that relationship to remain friendly, and a fence is a permanent structure that affects both of you. Now, while installing a fence directly on the line is legally possible, many homeowners choose to take a practical approach and install the fence a small, defined distance inside their own property line. We often recommend setting the fence 6 inches to a foot inside your boundary. This slight offset completely eliminates any dispute over encroachment, ensures the fence is entirely your property, and gives you full control over its maintenance and repair. If you choose this route, you are solely responsible for the fence, and you can generally choose the style, height, and material you want, provided you follow local setback rules and permitting requirements. Finally, remember that local regulations still apply. Even if you build the fence entirely on your own property, you still need to obtain the necessary permits from Pinellas County or your specific municipality. Local codes dictate things like the maximum height allowed in front, side, and rear yards, and they often have setback rules that require the fence to be a certain distance from the street or sidewalk. We handle all of this permitting and compliance, but it's a critical part of the process, whether the fence is on the line or a foot inside it. The best way to start your project is always with an accurate survey and a friendly conversation with your neighbor. Get those two things sorted out, and we can install a perfect, secure fence that lasts for years. Until next time, this is DJ Marcussen, your friendly fence guy, reminding you that a solid fence leads to solid peace of mind.
Fence company near me, Pinellas. Fences built to last. Call 727-500-2757 and we'll be there fast.